Why is it on top chat? I don't want to see top chat. Live chat. That's better. So hopefully I am live. Hopefully you can see and hear me. And obviously hear the computer. I see, Daniel, that you're near the end of Last of Us 2. I look forward to hearing what you think of it when you get to the end. I'd assumed that to Abby, if it was blocked, maybe she could unblock it. I'll get Abby to add me as a mod or something, and then obviously that solves that issue. Hopefully it showed for the rest of you eventually. I think Abby might have reshared it, I don't know. At the moment we've got a bit of a storm coming. So on my phone I've got an app that I like using. It's a lightning tracker. And the dots, I have to wait until the phone is showing, until the stream catches up. Come on, stream. So on the phone it has, is there really that much of a delay? Little dots for where the lightning is, and obviously, oh okay, it's just changed a bit. Oh, it's just moved on. It's just showing we've got lightning gradually heading its way to the shore, and I'm sort of watching for, obviously I'll know when it gets here because I'll hear it, but I like to know in advance sometimes, especially if I am not streaming or something, because then I would get a camera out. So yeah, so it's just a lightning app. Yeah, there's never enough lightning. You were putting me on your TV, but the TV was being uncooperative. That's not very nice of the TV. Yeah, I'd have to turn the lights down as well, but then you can't see me. That's kind of the downside, that if I turn the lights down so that it adds to the atmosphere, you can't actually see me, so it's kind of almost pointless me being on screen. So I thought, because we've been playing through, we've played through 2 of the Uncharted games, we've played through the Last of Us games. I thought I would do a stream where it's a bit more laid back and not trying to just get through a game, where I can just do more interacting and chatting, potentially. Yeah, I could just hold a flashlight under my face. Where I could do a bit more potential, maybe chatting a bit more and looking at the live chat, because that's the trouble. The sort of games that I've been playing, I need to keep watching the screen, and if I'm watching the screen, obviously I'm not paying attention to the live chat, so I then miss out on any conversations. So I thought this way, maybe I can have a bit more conversation, a little less action, a bit of an Elvis song. But yeah, so I've not got a clear plan of what to play at all. It's kind of a case of I'll get any ideas from yourselves and just play bits of things, try things out, not everything. So I've opened up on here, I've got an installed list, which just has stuff that's currently installed on the console. Some things are big games, and if I were to play them and they're not installed, they'll take ages to install. Other things are small games and don't take that long to install if they're not installed. But it's easier to go to my collection and then see what I've got knocking around. So something I want to try and play again at some point is The Witcher, which some of you may or may not have played. It's kind of a fantasy, I don't know, role-playing, open world game, a bit like the Elder Scrolls games. I don't think I've played it since 2017. I was worried that I was getting near the end of the game, and so I stopped playing so that I wouldn't complete it, because I was worried that that would be it then. And I'd put in about, I don't know, a couple of 100 hours of gameplay, and decisions you make lead to different outcomes happening. So there were decisions I had made that I ideally wanted to make different decisions, but wanted to make decisions that I would actually make rather than decisions I would like to make. Yep, Bug Snacks. And the yarn guy. Yep, there is Unravel knocking around somewhere. Some of them I will have to stand up and maybe get the discs for. Others are installed on the console. So for example, that says it's installed, but anything that I own on disc, you have to put the disc in to play it. And anything you're curious about, I can show the trailer of it, potentially, if there's a trailer. Just woke up from a nap. Abzu. That was a very quick game to complete. Abzu. This one, I think it took me about, I don't know, it's an incredibly short game. Maybe an hour. It's just a diving game. Yeah, I think what I find interesting is, like with The Witcher and with the Elder Scrolls games, is that I like randomly roaming around these open worlds, and I had an experience with Fallout 3, which is an open world game set after an apocalypse, and I was in the middle of doing some random tasks for people and then accidentally completed the game, and then the end credits came up and said, "Congratulations, you've completed the game," kind of thing. And I was so annoyed that I'd completed the game, because I had missions I hadn't actually done, sort of side quests that I hadn't done, but because of the fact that I had completed the game, I couldn't go back and do them, which was annoying. So yeah, so this game was one that I completed really, really quickly. It was good. It was a nice little short game. this one I only bought it because I like the McLaren F1 as a car, and any time there's something that has a McLaren F1 in, I want to play the McLaren F1. And I think this has a McLaren F1 in. It looks like it does in the trailer. So I bought it so that I could... Yeah, there it is. I bought it just so that I could end up somehow completing enough of it to get the McLaren F1 and drive that. I'm generally not into racing games because they're all competitive. What, Abzu? It was Abzu. That one. That one, I can't play the PlayStation, the virtual reality games on here because it's a lot of faff on a PlayStation 5 to set up the PlayStation 4 virtual reality headset. But this is a good game. I'll just show the trailer. I imagine you'd probably like this game. And obviously, because you're playing it in virtual reality, it's obviously all 3D to you, and it's as if you're really in the game, really there. As far as I'm aware, it's Abzu. So this game's called Moss. And you play a helping hand, that creature, like a spirity kind of creature that helps him through his missions. Virtual reality is brilliant to play. My only difficulty is that I end up getting motion sick, especially with some types of games. So I've tried Wipeout in virtual reality, and that was very difficult to play because it's incredibly fast. That one you play as a shark.
This season on Manny, everyone's fighting off more than they can chew.
So you play as a shark and you gradually evolve into a sort of a bigger, more dangerous shark as the game goes on.
The food chain will be disrupted. And the drama will get deadly.
And obviously hunters are trying to get you. Including the hunter that killed your parent and cut you out of its womb, and that one. And so you're trying to get it back.
Manny, eat the people.
Yeah, there's Wipeout, obviously. Worms. I might go to that one in a minute. Dreams is good, but it takes a lot of getting into. It's very technical. Well, I find it technical. Sims 4, Abby and myself, for whatever reason, we've played other Sims games, but for whatever reason, we couldn't actually seem to manage to even get through the start of it. We couldn't even create a character and manage to start a house. We just couldn't work it out, even trying to follow the instructions. We tried YouTube tutorials and all sorts of things, and we must be so thick because we just couldn't manage to even play the game. Reverie, which is obviously just a little indie game. The boy and his blob. What is Life is Strange? Life is Strange is a game. I've not played it, but it's apparently a good game. That's Reverie. And I don't think I've got it. Oh look, there's Bugsnax. Oh, there's Life is Strange. I do have it. There's Life is Strange 2. Yep, Reverie. I went to it because I thought... I think I got it purely because it was Reverie.
Sunshine for everyone, but as far as I can remember, we've been migratory animals living under changing weather.
Lucky the bird didn't come into the property. So people have said a lot of good things about Life is Strange and the sequel. So yes, that's Life is Strange. I think I showed that before. I really don't get Fall Guys and things like that. I'm not very good multiplayer-y type person. Oh, I think Holly mentioned Goat Simulator before. Abby thought, oh, Goat Simulator. And then saw what it was and thought, no, I don't want to play that. Oh, cool. I'll have to give it a go at some point. The trouble with all these games, especially when you get free games given to you, like with the... it's not free, because obviously you pay your PlayStation subscription-y thing. Yes, Abby liked the idea of this game until she saw it. I thought, well, that's not the cute game I thought it would be. Yeah, you end up with so many games. Like, obviously, every month, PlayStation gives you another 3 or 4 games or whatever. And sometimes you've already got them, but other times you haven't. And so you think, oh, when am I going to find time to play them? And then you get the big games, like Assassin's Creed has got more content now, so I'm going to have to go back and play more of that. But Assassin's Creed is something that I spent hundreds of hours playing. See, Ellie never did that in Last of Us. Cool. Oh, a game I remember playing on PlayStation 2, I think it was. I don't know if I've got it. I probably have, up on my shelf. Was, I can't remember what it is now, the Alien game, where he's destroying all humans. That's what it's called, actually. Destroy all humans. Dope. Yeah, obviously things like this are scary games that I'd have to play. And Friday the 13th. This in VR, Daniel, I don't know if you have played any PlayStation VR. This in VR is... Oh, it's not going to give me any trailers, probably because it's very scary. It's very scary, sort of jump scary, because everything is... In VR, it's weird, because you kind of forget that the graphics aren't realistic. So obviously the graphics are lower graphics in VR than they are on a PlayStation 4 or 5. But when you see something that looks like a solid human being in front of you, like in Rush of Blood, you're on a roller coaster and you're busy shooting things, and there's one bit where you turn to face the other way, and literally there's a clown nose to nose with you. Like, it's as if they're right in front of your face just as you turn around, and they look so solid and so real. So even though they don't look real, they look like they're animated and what have you, because they literally are so solid. It's as if a real person is suddenly stood right there. So yeah, there's some good... Obviously you don't like jump scares. There's some good VR trailers that have been done. Like the Paranormal series have done some VR trailers that are quite fun to do. This is good in VR as well, except that Graham, who I would have played it with, isn't knocking around now to play it with. Oh, I can't see it. Where you get to be on the bridge of a starship, potentially the Enterprise. Obviously Skyrim is good. I've never heard of Thumper Inn. Or Thumper in VR. Oh, not Thumper. It's not a place then. Like the name of a place as a VR thing. This is another one Abby thought, oh, kittens. It's kittens shooting. Oh, so this is... The other one...
Lady Margaret.
This is the first one. I showed you the other game. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
Soon, the Dark Lord and his army will march all over Mordor. But a great power can be awakened to prevent it. destroy the Black Hand. Your power begets followers, willing or otherwise.
So this is another one of those games where the decisions you make
Orc leader, make him a war chief, and all
change things in the
soldiers
game.
will be yours.
Like if you manage to get a leader on side supporting you, or if you alienate people or whatever.
You haven't told me what you want in return.
Only that you learn what you are truly capable of.
This is Lord of the Rings game.
I will show you.
So yes, that's what that game is. Splunky. Oh, and that's the end of those. And then you've got some soft games that are just incredibly relaxing and meditative, like Flower, where you essentially just roam around making flowers. Yeah, I like games where things change. That's why I like things like Skyrim and Fallout and The Witcher. I like things that are open world games and where your presence in the game changes, like what you do in the game changes things in the game. Journey is another one that's just a relaxing game. Similar to Flower. So as someone who's quite boring, I like boring games. I like games where it's just incredibly relaxing and non-violent, ideally. And kind of meditative. Come on, fly. So the idea is it's just relaxing music and being zoned out. But anyway, I'm trying to go back up to Unravel. Another world I've had on so many consoles since the Super Nintendo, or maybe even the Nintendo. I can't remember which one. Probably the Super Nintendo. Never ever been able to get past the first level. That's how rubbish I am at that sort of game. I've liked it, just can't seem to get anywhere with it. And that was, I started playing that on my PlayStation Vita. You're a little spider, which is quite cool. Everyone likes a spider game. Let's start with that. Yeah, Another World has been around for years and years and years. Yep, I've got a Vita and the Uncharted game. It's such a shame that Vita kind of didn't do well. And not because it was a bad console. Just because I think Sony had moved on, didn't really give it the attention that they should have done. Cool. It's raining here, and it's raining there. And it's thundering in my ears. Crawling, crawling. Yep, I can always play Minecraft. Jump, run. Stop to smell the flowers. Hello? Thud.
Are we rolling? Greetings! I am Lisbeth Megafig, intrepid explorer, seeker of the unknown, hunter of undiscovered creatures.
And she's a real charmer.
Ekabil, stop.
What? The people deserve to know. You're the only one who gets to know.
I'm Lisbeth, and I have made an incredible discovery here on Snaktooth Island. But this is more than a mere expedition. My followers and I have started building a new community here. Construction of our settlement is well underway. What draws us so far away from civilization? What discovery?
Not far enough away from civilization. I see other characters.
Untamed wild? Bug snacks.
They're the most delicious thing in the world. You haven't lived until you've tried one.
It's true. Half bug, half snack. There's nothing quite like them.
There's one now.
I got it. Ugh. Good effort, Bilbo. As for you, I'm sure you're wondering why I've sent you this film. I've read your work. The Shadow of Grumpfoot, The Secret of Soylent Grump, Stella.
I don't know, I think there's things are still there.
Like me, you have a passion for discovering unknown truths. And also, like me, you truly recognize your talent. You are just the Grumpus I need to share my story with the world. I've sent you a map to our settlement. Come to Snaktooth Island. Together, you and I will share the incredible tale of bug snacks.
Okay.
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused me? I had to recall 500,000 papers and give a public apology. All because your Grumpfoot turned out to be a lost football mascot. We've been over this. It doesn't matter how eye-catching your articles are if I'm stuck cleaning up your sloppy work. You're already out of second chances. And now you're gonna follow Elizabeth to some grump-forsaken island? Elizabeth Megafig is either a con artist or a lunatic. Remember that whole mess with Grumplantis? This bug snacks thing is just her latest delusion.
Why don't you believe in bug snacks? What's wrong with the Snaktooth Island? What do you know about Lisbeth? Well, I'm going. I don't care what
Do
they
your
know about.
research. Ships go missing around there.
Okay.
This
Well,
is
then I'm
absurd.
going.
Only a desperate loser would follow Lisbeth. Well, it is a tantalizing story, if true. We'll just have to hear it from Lisbeth herself. Say you get an interview with her and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff or something.
2 weeks later. Oh look, I've fallen off a cliff or something.
Lizbert? Is that you? Oh, thank Grump you're alive. Too bad I'm dying, though. I was looking for you, but I got hungry and I couldn't catch any bug snacks. What? That's a weird question, Lizbert. I was looking for you, but I got hungry. What? Oh, it's me, Philbo. Wait, you're not Lizbert. Oh, Grump.
No, that's what I said.
Doesn't matter who you are. Please get me something to eat. Hooray! Ow. I think there's a bug snack right over there. Could you get a good look at it? Find out which one it is for me.
How do I get out of it? A burst that smaller bug snacks will hide in, larger bug snacks will bounce off and scare whatever's inside. I suspect we'll be eating bugs.
Oh, good. That one's pretty easy to catch. Well, you aren't me anyway. Okay, do me a favor and take my snack trap. Its tracks come out of this bush. Put the snack trap down there, and then we'll hide. All right, let's hide behind this rock. Oh, nice. I'll pick it up
Poor
before it
thing.
escapes.
Nope, it's in my controller. Poor thing.
Oh, yes. I'm saved. Oh, this? Pretty neat, huh? It's a side effect of eating bug snacks. Anywho, I'm still recovering. I could use maybe 3 more bug snacks. I'm sure that scope of yours will come in handy. Scan and plan, I always say.
Plan and plan. No, what's the scan button? Whipple, 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 whipple. Oh, that's the scan button. Boy. Wait. Right, let's try again. It is a little carroty thing.
Awesome!
Pretty useless that I have to do this and not him himself. No, you're kind of pointing that way, but I can't go that way. You are what you eat. Let's go back this way, see if there's anything down here. Right, one more. I may as well feed you this one while we're here. There you go, Greedy.
You are a lifesaver, buddy. Oh, sorry, I was
Poor
too
animals,
busy dying to
or
introduce
bugs,
myself.
or snacks.
I'm Filbo Fiddlepie. I'm the, mayor around here. Sorry if this is a stupid question, but, what are you doing out here? Well, good news. They're all over the place. It's hard to catch, though. I know who you are. You're the journalist. I knew it was stupid to ask. Lisbeth said you'd be coming. You're a bit late, though. Still, it's my job to show you the way to town. Follow me.
Yep, turn him into a snack. Like, does he grow his arms back properly? Because he will have been eating for all the time he survived here.
Buddy, I have to tell you something. I'm supposed to take you home, but Lisbeth might not be there. I don't know where Lisbeth is. I was out here looking for her. But who knows? Maybe she will be there when we get back. I'm sure she wouldn't want to miss her interview with you. Ready to go, buddy? All right. Through here. Yeah.
Yep, we got some of them.
Hey, Wambus. How's the farm?
You're still alive? Thought you'd have starved to death by now.
Nope. I found a journalist. They're also pretty good at hunting bug snacks. I was gonna bring them back to Snacksburg.
Yeah, maybe he's doing his pirate
That's
impression.
nice.
Don't you wanna come with?
No.
No.
Why not?
I got my paws full with my ketchup crop. Without Lisbeth around to catch bug snacks, I gotta keep us all fed.
We can't just eat ketchup.
Well, it's better than nothing. You want us to die out here?
No, but this garden is just so far away from everybody. Maybe you could start another one in town? Call
No,
us
no,
when it
no.
quits?
That's where the people are.
Don't quit. Now kindly leave and take a ketchup for the road. Whoa! Darn bunger! Get out of here! Ooh. Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes wild for ketchup. There's a pen set up nearby. Take my sauce slinger, gather up some ketchup, and use it to lead the bunger over yonder.
Where are we leading you? To the pen. Where's the pen? Hello. No, don't whack me. Look. Oi. Burger face. Look.
Thanks, stranger. We better go check on Filbo.
Get a few more for the road.
Don't you worry. I'm a little sore, but I'll be a-okay. I'm just happy you're getting along with Wambus. He's having a hard time, and his wife isn't around much.
He is fine.
So, just see if you can help him out. I'll stay here until my brain stops hurting.
I'm sorry, stranger. I didn't mean for Philbo to get hurt like that. He's right, though. I'm in over my head. I know farming would be easier back in town. And those shishka bugs and bungers keep harassing me. Well, I'll be cold and buried before those walking appetizers
Yeah, just eat him
make
and
me
move
go
on.
home starving. Let's start with the frieder. Lure it down with ketchup.
He's got
and
ketchup.
then let me eat.
Smell coming off him. Bunga, 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 bunga. Right, let me. Are you sure? Go along here. Oh no, it is in this one, so I'll find it. Cat candle. Shh. Careful, walking away from the house. Just a little butterfly. No. No, wrong button. No. No, do that. Yes, the bear. Come on, I'm pressing down. No, wrong thing. Up you go again. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Boing. Hello, baby birds. Whoops. Oh, did I die? No, too far. Yeah, you can even grab the apples. No. No, stay on the apple. On the apple. Oh. No, I know what's going to happen. No. Yeah, Bob the apple. Rather than Frank the apple. Grab. I was hoping I might be able to bring some of them over. No, dangerous. No. Ah. Drowned again. No, wrong button. Really, I'd like to make a load of apples so I could walk across them. No, drowned again. Oh well. No. Keep it on there. Woohoo! No, no. Down the apple. Yeah, I don't want a bird coming for me. Skip, skip, skip. You can go and pop that. Oh, my tooth's skinny. Don't have enough yarn. Right, where was some? There must be some back here. Oh, is that some there? Or was that a little bug? There it is. That's better. You gotta watch it at super speed. Maybe I have to go this way first. The game's fine. Nearly got it. No. Woohoo. No. Hang on. Come on, climb up. No. Swing. Swing. Right, let's make a safety bit there. Beep, 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 beep. No? Don't know if I need to do that. No. Hedgehog. Is there a way to keep it there? No, that's fine. Grab the bead. Drag the bead. woodpecker. Oh, it's a bit darker in here. No, do that up. Go on, you can climb up that. You've got purple streaks in your hair, that's cool. Come on, tie it to there. Don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Anyway, that's that one. Right, the other game that was mentioned was Minecraft, obviously. It is a good game. Oh dear, wrong button. The only challenge with it is ending up having a challenge. Let me get the Minecraft disc. Oh, they've changed what it looks like again. I'm not a fan of once they made it all Microsofty. Let's create a new world. No, game. Survival. Yeah, it always comes to my mind, that tune. Difficulty normal. Oh, I'm sure Infinite's fine. No, where'd you go? Show coordinates, that's helpful. Right, so I'm in survival and I'm going to just try and survive. Yes, I always get reminded of the Mexican hat dance thing from The Simpsons. Don't want to open chat. The last thing I want is to talk to someone. Okay, they've spawned me up a tree. That's helpful. Let's try and safely make it down the tree. I find Minecraft very relaxing. Right, I'm going to need some sand. Get a bit of sand. Yeah, I would look in a tree first. I did used to spend most of my youth actually up in trees. Surprising how infrequently people look up all these horror films where people go sprinting through the woods going, I'm being chased by someone who's walking very, very slowly behind me. I always just think, just go out of sight, climb very high up a tree, and then be quiet. The chances are they'll probably not find you up there. And if they do, they've got to get up the tree to you, generally, or bring the tree down. But people don't normally look up the trees. That's probably enough sand. I'm only getting sand because I don't like them left on their own. If or when I make a property of my own, I quite like having windows. So I need glass. And glass is made with sand. Hello. There. Swim away. Right. What else do I need? Wood. Just have to keep an eye on when the sun starts setting. What's falling? The wood. Bits of wood. Yeah, I'm gathering wood. So the things I definitely know I'm going to need is I need to be able to make things like axes and other tools. So that this is a lot easier. And so I'm going to need wood for that. Oh dear. That's not good. Run away. Right, try not to fall down any more holes. At least that wasn't too far down. Let's try and get a little bit out of the woods. Where's the sun? Right above me. Hello, cow. Hello, fox. You look like a baby fox. Don't want to fall down there. No, wrong button. No, confusing myself. Just press that. So I can make some planks. Oh. Few planks. Do I need sandstone? Don't think so. Now make some sticks, because I will need fire. Make a crafting. Oh no, crafting table. Not going to make a loom right now. I can't make torches yet. So wherever I'm going to be in the dark. Where's the sun? The sun's over there. Get away from the caves. Let's go over here. That's gonna... I'm just checking something. I think it's just gonna disappear. Yep. Right. This will be my home for a little bit. You can see the stars, but there are unfriendly creatures around. Right. Crafting table. Let's make a wooden pickaxe. That's better. Sun's setting. A bit of dirt there would be good. Okay. Use that. What am I looking for? Have things changed names? What have I been getting? Oh, I don't want that. It's dark now. Yeah, I really like Minecraft. At the moment, I'm just obviously making sure I survive the night. Unfortunately, I seem to have ended up in an area where I'm hacking away at that stuff instead of what I want to be hacking away at. Come on, morning. Have a look at the night sky. Sometimes I think what I would like is a game mixing Animal Crossing and Minecraft. I'd like Minecraft, but with villagers who are as interactive as Animal Crossing. Yeah, Daniel's the actual gamer. Obviously a significantly better gamer, I'm sure, than me. Although he is taking a while to complete Last of Us Part 2. Come on, nighttime. Do I brave going out here? Right, let's place a bit of dirt there. No, I don't want mossy cobblestone. What I want is some actual stone so that I can build a furnace. Don't know. I quite like stealthing everyone. It just doesn't always work out that way. When I'm playing on my own, literally I take my time and go incredibly slowly through, being very patient. Doesn't necessarily make, not that me dying over and over again makes good gaming, but doesn't make such good gaming, me sitting in a corner waiting for ages for someone to walk near me so that I can take them down. Come on, nighttime. I can't sleep because I don't have a bed, and I haven't got any stone to make a furnace yet, so I can't make torches and other bits and pieces. Well, even this, I'm thinking, oh look, what I'm streaming is me hiding in a hole at night time in the dark. And there's a temptation to think, oh, let's just go outside, but I know what's out there. A game I've been watching someone play recently is... I can't remember the name of it now. The survival road trip game that I think is on PC, where you're in a desert. The Long Drive or The Long something, I can't remember. I have the same problem here as in Last of Us. The zombies get you. The moon's going down. Good. Or the spiders in this. It's the spiders as well. Well, I say that, I can't see any of any of them at the moment. Sun should be rising in a second. And then I'll be safe for a bit. Right, I'm taking that with me. No, wrong button. Right, the sun's coming up, so I should be safe. I need to find some stone. Hello, fox. Yeah, it doesn't stop me. I think it's easier just to start out thinking, oh, I'm rubbish, and then hopefully surprise yourself if you're not. Lots of trees around here. And I haven't ran out of, haven't needed to eat yet, which is good. There's a lot more variety than there used to be as well, from what I can see. Well, I'm still waiting for them to implement ray tracing and other settings like that on PlayStation 5 version of this. Hello, chickens. Do you want to be lunch? No, not at the moment. There's some coal up there. Don't want to fall down there. Did I catch that? Right, I hope this is stone. Let's have a look. Yep, that's cobblestone. That's what I want. Ugh. That was a bit close. I'm about to break my axe. Or my pickaxe. I will have a furnace shortly. I'm just gathering some of this coal, which will just help as well. So in theory, I can now make some torches. A few of them. Now let's find a safe way down. Moo. Didn't think this through. As long as one of these doesn't lead into a just a big drop, I'm sure I'll be fine. It's going to take me forever doing this by hand. Ah, made it safely. Grab a pumpkin. Trying to find a more open bit of land. Lots of foxes around here. Baby ones. One thing about this is I think I've got it set to infinite. So the world just goes on and on and on. Get a bit more wood while I can. I'm going to have to take out a poor sheep or two at some point. unless I can get some shears. Chicken pie. Oh, that's better. Baby. Oh. I want to go that way. Right, where's the sun? Setting there. Trying to build somewhere safe, and then I can set up a furnace. Always wanted an underground house. Maybe I don't want a quite so wide entrance. There. Make a bit more room in my house. Got to be livingable. There, right. I think crafting table. Go there. That can do for a door for now. Couple of lights. And now I have a furnace. Some sand. Bird sounds in the morning are good. Just whipping up a bit of glass. Let's move those. And the sand. I can make stone pickaxe now, that's helpful. Make a couple of them. No. Don't want to make a glass bottle. Couple more sticks. What about planks? Do I have enough wood for planks? Might as well turn it all into planks. And I obviously want to get some shears or something at some point. No one out there? Hope not. Spruce door. There. That's more like it. There, I've got a basic home. What you given, because I said I wanted coordinates, which you can see on screen, I've got a map. So the only thing I was given was the empty locator map. And that was it. And then I obviously gathered sand and dirt, not on purpose necessarily, but I knew I needed sand to make the windows, to make glass, I needed wood to be able to make a chest or a crafting table so that I could craft a furnace. I found some cobblestone that had coal in it, and so I would have had to make the furnace, burn some wood to make coal, and then use the coal and the sticks. So take the wood, turn them into sticks, into planks, and then into sticks. I would have had to do all that, and then use the sticks and the burnt wood as coal to make the torches or the lights. But I was able to find some coal, so I didn't have to burn the wood. So yeah, you pretty much have to, everything's quite intuitive. Where'd I get the axe? I made it. So the first axe I made, I built myself a crafting table. So when you're not at a crafting table, you can only make very limited things, but one of the things you can make is a crafting table, as you can see there. So I made a crafting table, and when you're at a crafting table, oh, wrong button. When you're at a crafting table, you've got lots of other stuff you can make, like beds, for example. So I made myself a wooden pickaxe initially because I'd got the wood, so I used the wood to make planks, and then used the planks. Some of the planks I turned into sticks, and then, as it shows over here, to craft, for example, to make a shovel, a wooden shovel, you need one plank, one thing of wooden planks, and 2 sticks. So that's what everything's like. So I had to have some wooden planks and have some sticks to make a shovel, which would get through the dirt easier. Pickaxe gets through things like stone. A normal axe chops down wood quick and easy. And a hoe does your garden for growing crops and things. So you can make yourself a fishing rod. If I get more pumpkin, I can make pumpkin pie. You make yourself arrows and bows. So yeah, so you pretty much, it tells you what you need over in the crafting section. So if you don't have it, it's in red or pink. But if you do have it, then it's not. And there's someone nearby. Oh, it's raining out there again. I can hear some bad guy out there somewhere. A skeleton. But I can't see them. And so I've used the planks to make a door, the sand to make the glass, and then obviously I've made the crafting table, but you literally start with nothing. Yeah, I don't have enough pumpkin just yet to make pumpkin pie, but I might end up getting more. And then at night time, and if it's not sunny, the bad guys can so they are like vampires. They oh, he's in lots of armor. He's a skeleton in golden armor. He'd be very difficult to take down. They burn in the sun and die, but if it's raining and cloudy, they can survive. And if it's sunny, but they are in water, like if it's raining or if they're actually in the water, then that can stop them burning. He's going to want to attack me. But I've got a door and a window between me and him. Sometimes you get mobs, so you'll get multiple bad guys attacking all at once, and they'll be hammering on your door, and they can break in, I think. depending on the door you've got. You can get spiders. If you have any dark areas, too many dark areas in your property, then things can appear in the darkness and get you. But he's got gold armor on, so he's obviously quite a tough character. Given that I've got no armor, I've only just made a pickaxe that's got stone. You can play this in virtual reality as well, which is quite cool. I've tried that. I like building properties on the coast and having them underwater, made out of glass, so that you can see underwater, like a glass dome. And everything can take quite a while to make if you play it on survival mode. So you can play it on creative mode, where you literally can make whatever you want. You don't have to craft anything. You already have everything that the game offers if you got it in creative mode. But if you got it in survival mode, you start with nothing, and everything you do, you have to keep doing stuff to get stuff to make stuff. But you only have limited space. So one thing that I should make, which I haven't, and it's just suddenly cropped up in my head, is a chest or two. So now I've made some chests. Where shall I put them? I'll put them there. I'm going to put them side by... No, put them side by side to make one big chest. I thought it would be good there, but I actually don't like it there now. But you can only carry a very limited amount of stuff, so I'm going to extend the property a bit. Barely call it a property. And if you die, you lose all your stuff. Or at least you die and all your stuff stays where you died. So that can kind of be annoying, because if you don't remember exactly where you died, given that I'm playing, for example, in an infinite world, if you don't remember where you died, then you may never be able to find all your stuff if you've got it on you. So I need more pumpkins. Anything I can drop off here? But that's why I've got the position bit, so that hopefully, before I actually do die, if I end up dying, I remember the position. And then I'll just have to head, for example, to find this place where I'm in now, I'd want to head to 2274 minus 800. And then I'd have to kind of try and make my way to that. Yeah, the killer, the hunted becomes the killer. I've always wondered that. I think actually there's a film that I've never watched, but I've got it saved on Amazon Prime, ready to watch. Very long bit of rain. It stars Niles from Fraser, and I think the idea is that a criminal does like a bank robbery or something like that, and then ends up running away from the bank robbery or whatever they've done, and they're being chased, and they end up hiding out or breaking into a posh house to hide out in the posh house. And I think the house is, or this is what the trailer looks like, that the house is the actor that plays Niles in Fraser. The house is his house, and he ends up being a worse bad guy than the bad guy who was now thinking, oh, this is a nice house, I'm going to rob this. And it turns out that he now ends up in a fight for his life to try and survive, ending up in the wrong house. But I think there's a few films like that, like where they turn the kind of the plot on its head. Like I think there's a film that's a reverse haunting, where the ghosts are being haunted by the living, kind of thing. And I watched a film that had 1-star reviews the other day, and I thought it was very good. It was based on a book called, I can't remember what the book's called, something like Losing You 1,000 Times or something like that. I Still See You, that's the name of the film. But I thought it was quite a good film, even though it's got 1 star. I think it's a kind of horror drama-y thing. But yeah, I Still See You is... I've seen him in quite a few things, but I think this is the first time I've seen him play a kind of bad guy, a creepy, sort of psychopathic kind of bad guy. But yeah, I think there's a film, I think the film's name that I saw the other day that's a 1-star film that I liked. It's called I Still See You, and it's about a science experiment has gone wrong and ends up killing a whole bunch of people, but those people's ghosts still exist, but in a period in time they kind of repeat acting out the same thing, so they end up acting out like the idea in the film is that the girl who the story kind of follows, her dad died, and every day at exactly the same time her dad is sitting at the breakfast table reading a newspaper, carrying out a specific bit of behaviour that he did when he was alive, and every single day he does that exact behaviour at that exact time. Well, this day he didn't let me get out much or at all. It's now night time. It hasn't stopped raining yet, so I couldn't go out. So every day the girl and her mum sees the dad just sat there, not interacting with them, just almost like a video playing or a holographic video playing out a moment in time over and over again. But they allegedly can't interact with people or change their behaviours. So it's like a residual haunting type of thing. And then the girl ends up having an experience where, well, she ends up realising that as time goes on, there's more and more ghosts, and that there starts being ghosts that weren't killed. So the initial ghosts were the people who were killed when the science experiment went wrong. So a kind of shockwave, like a nuclear weapon going off, a shockwave went out and everything in its radius got killed. And it ends up that people who didn't die at that time are starting to appear. Their ghosts are starting to appear. So it was like, oh, there's some spiders up there. It was, it's got 1-star reviews, but I actually watched it thinking, oh, this is quite a good film. and didn't know how it was going to end. It was predictable towards the end. I figured out what was going on, but there was some points where I thought, oh, I don't know what's going to happen here, how it's going to have a happy-ish kind of ending. But yeah, I liked it, and I liked the concept of it. But the reviews aren't particularly favourable. But it's one of those things that on Amazon it actually has like 3.5-star reviews with quite a few hundred. I think there's quite a few hundred reviews that have happened. But apparently it made something like $9,000 in America when it launched. Which isn't a great amount of money to make for a movie. And it's a proper, movie with, actors I recognised. So people that weren't going to be cheap. Come on, I want to go outside. Stop raining and stop being nighttime. Oh, there's one of the... So there's different... For those who don't know Minecraft, there's different types of bad guys. The most common are skeletons, which often have bow and arrows and shoot you. Spiders, they have red glowing eyes. You get cave spiders and you get spiders that are out on land. You get kind of green exploding creatures. Creepers, they just creep up on you and then they explode themselves and destroy whatever they're next to. They leave a big crater. So if one came to this door, for example, that green one there that's tootling around, if it came to this door and I was this side of the door, this close to it, it would know I'm here, and so it would explode and destroy my door and my window, and that'd be annoying. And there's lots of others. I think the last creature is a dragon. Right, now I've extended the wall. This looks wrong. So I need that. And... whoop. There. I'll put one there as well. Yeah, it didn't make a lot of money. No, I don't think that... There was the zombies. The zombies, for some reason... So I had comments on those meditations with people saying, oh, you should have silenced the characters because they're scary. But they're not scary. The zombies just sound like someone snoring and sleeping. I think they're incredibly relaxing. And I know Abby feels the same as well, that when we play this, or when I'm playing this, she can fall asleep to it because she finds the sounds really relaxing. So the zombies kind of go... which I think is really, really relaxing. It just sounds like someone sleeping. There's purpley black characters that kind of make a bubbling kind of sound. There's the water zombies, they kind of make a gurgling sound. The skeletons just sound like bones clinking together. Cats and dogs make sounds, obviously. Chickens, sheep, they'll make their sounds. Right, while I'm waiting, let's just build on the inside. This will now be my home. If it's going to be... oh, it's... Because you can see grass there, that means that that's the topsoil there. So if I knock that away, there'll be daylight or nighttime, but it'll be the outside world. So what I'm going to do is dig down. And just start creating a house here. And then at some point I can put some steps down here as well. There is a risk that I'll dig down and there'll be a cave somewhere down here that could be full of creatures I'd rather not bump into. But I want to be able to go out and get some wool so I can make a bed. Right, I don't know. Oh, I hear something not good. Where was that sound from? I hear something somewhere near me. As long as it's not physically in my house, I don't mind. I hear it breathing. Boop, boop, boop. There's a spider. And I hear it scurrying. A bit of coal. Right, I think that's kind of big enough to be a bedroom. Woohoo, daytime. Ah, we've got some real stairs now. There's a spider. Okay, he's just going to hang around. Just in case I need it, let's... Right. No, shut my door. There's some water down there. I might be able to have an underwater viewing place. Maybe. No need to attack me. I'm not harassing you. Right, do with finding some sheep. Another spider. You can do it. You've lost an egg. I'm very good at losing properties. They generally, allegedly, don't attack if it's outside and daytime, and if you're not causing them any problems. Sorry. Didn't want to have to do that. Oh, there was a skeleton there. They've lost their bones and arrows. Okay, just vanish into thin air. Spinning wheel. Sorry. Sorry. That's a big jump. Sorry. They're not giving me any wool. Oh, have you completed it now? Oh, I've gone and lost where I'm setting up camp. I thought it was very good. I kind of had a love-hate relationship with some bits of it, obviously. Sheep. Run. Get to the sheep. Hello. Sorry. I apologise. Sorry. Hopefully they've given me some wool. I think one of the difficulties is the first game is totally new and you don't know anything about it. Whereas the second game, you kind of know the characters now, and you have some kind of... Oh, I'm just drowning. Come on. There. You have more... I think the second game works best if you've played the first one, and you've got that emotional investment in the characters because of playing the first one. Where's the place I built? Literally just built it. There it is. I will still lose it, but hopefully that at least lets me know when I'm in this area that that's where it is. Yeah, so I think the first game helps the second game to be better because you've got that connection with Joel and Ellie and what have you. And I think I wanted it to end when they found it, when they kind of found happiness. But at the same time, if it did end when they found happiness, then technically Abby and Lev would have died, because Abby and Lev obviously wouldn't have been rescued. But although it wouldn't have been probably the ending that would have made the game, would have been a very boring ending, but it would have been great if Ellie rescued Abby and that's where it was left. It was kind of, by the time she got there and saw the state Abby was in and what have you, she then, instead of wanting to have the final fight, she rescued Abby and left it at that. But again, that was never going to be the ending. That, something like that. What I like is that if you're willing to stick with the game, the way that it can get you to rooting for Abby and liking Abby as a character and realising that she's not this kind of Joel-killing monster that, obviously a lot of games, you literally just roam around the game killing lots of characters with no kind of consequences. And it's always a case of they're bad guys, we're good guys, or whatever it happens to be. And I think what the second game kind of does that the first game didn't do because it didn't have a reason to, is it makes you realise that it's not so much a case of, they're bad, we're good. It's just different perspectives, because Joel is bad as far as Abby's concerned and as far as the others are concerned. I saw a shadow. What shadow did I see? Whose shadow? Joel's bad as far as Abby and the others are all concerned. And Ellie's the bad one when it's found out that Ellie's the one killing them all. But at the same time, Ellie thinks she's doing good and being the good person, and just kind of trying to get revenge in a good way, trying to sort of think, oh, well, Joel would want this. I think the other sort of interesting thing is that obviously Abby's story, not that when you're playing it for the first time, you don't know this, but Abby's story starts kind of just where Ellie's story ends. Not the very end, but just where Ellie's story ends in terms of, just before she realises, because obviously, Abby killed Joel, and only after that does she then wake up the next day and think, well, I don't feel any better. I still have the nightmares. I still wish my dad was back. I still have all these sort of issues going on. Skeleton's back. And what's that flying? Oh, that's the stars. So whereas Ellie then has to go on the whole journey of what for Abby was a number of years. It was like 5 years or whatever of Abby hunting down Joel so that she could get revenge, whereas Ellie's journey was only kind of a year or something of going after Abby, trying to get revenge for Joel's death, and then having to have that realisation that it's empty, that you don't feel better, or it doesn't change anything long term just because you've got your revenge. But she had to go through that and discover that for herself and kind of lose everything to find that out. The same as the baddies do attack and eat livestock, as do, so for example, the foxes will eat the chickens, wolves will eat sheep and goats. So yeah, so different things hunt everything in this world. You'll hear like something going bah bah, and then the next minute you'll hear a squeal, and you'll know something's just got it. I'm obviously not going to go out there at night time though. I don't know if I looked at the settings. If I put it on the hardest setting, I definitely wouldn't be going out there at night time. I haven't put it on the hardest setting, but yeah, I thought the flashbacks with Joel were very good, but then at the same time I know that there's a tendency, I've seen comments of people kind of thinking, well, it kind of made it so Joel wasn't technically dead almost. I know he was dead, but there's that kind of, he still spent most of the game being in it. And the way Troy Baker spoke about it is that he said that the second game is essentially Joel's game. It's telling Joel's story and wrapping up Joel's story. And that although people who hadn't played it, who criticised it and said, I'm never playing it because it's, a terrible game with, trans characters and all these sort of things that people criticised it for without actually playing it. Can I make a bed? Oh, I'm one bit of wool short. Troy Baker, who plays Joel, said that it's really Joel's game completing Joel's story arc from normal dad with normal everyday challenges, etc. And then suddenly this apocalypse happens. His daughter dies. He then spends 20 years kind of going off the rails and just trying to survive and having nothing to live for anymore, just kind of doing very immoral stuff, like just killing and not caring whether you're being classed as good or bad, just doing whatever, not having any kind of love for yourself kind of thing. And then he meets Ellie and then has the whole, 3 sheep have to die for me to have a bed. But I can't kill the third one until daytime, because or else I'll probably get killed before I make it back indoors. And if I don't sleep, which might be interesting, me not sleeping, if I don't sleep, something they introduced, which wasn't in it when I used to play this initially, is flying bat-like creatures that attack you. Why do I have to kill them? Because I haven't got the equipment to make shears, and I need to sleep in the game. Sleeping also saves the game. So if I don't sleep, if I die, I won't spawn where all my stuff is, which is a bit of a pain. I'd have to try and find this place again. But yeah, so obviously the second game kind of rounded off Joel's story of his consequences for that 20-year part of his life and what he then did to protect Ellie, came back to get him. But then you saw through the flashbacks his story being told to kind of fill in his humanity and his growth as a person and how he had found himself. And that Joel said that how he played the sort of death part is that when he was on the floor having had his kneecap shot out, he didn't know who Abby was or what part of his history Abby came from, but he knew, this is my doing. I've brought this on to the town. I've brought this on to us. Just do what you've got to do. I've done what I've done. This is the consequence of that. And he's kind of resigned himself to that. All he doesn't want is Ellie to suffer at the end of it. And so they then show, obviously, that sounded like a sheep having an issue somewhere out there. So yes, they kind of wrapped up Joel's story. I would like a third game that wraps up Ellie's story, and I personally would love it if, knowing something about fungus and about the cordyceps fungus, I know that if you're infected with one type of cordyceps, it stops you being infected by others. But it still shows, if you were tested for cordyceps, it would still show that you're infected, even though you're not infected with the one that would kill you. You're infected with one that stops you being able to catch the one that would kill you, or stops that one being able to grow within your body. But the one that grows in your body still grows throughout the whole of your body, through your brain and everything. And so I would like, and also you can't get vaccines for fungus. Vaccines treat viral things. So technically, Abby's dad wouldn't be able to have made a vaccine to treat everyone. Oh, daytime's coming. So I would like a third game where obviously Ellie would have to kill, because it wouldn't be a shooter game if there was no shooting. But I would like one where Abby turns up and realises that, because she's now with the Fireflies, that Abby turns up saying to Ellie, we need you, and they have to work together, and that Ellie's originally, initially very against this idea, but then Abby explains, you want to fulfill your destiny, so to speak. You want to have your life mean something. You want to, all the things she said, you want to end up, sort of sacrificing your life, so to speak, but not having to sacrifice herself necessarily, but then having Abby explain that you don't. All they need to do as the doctors, back where Abby comes from, back wherever she is with the Fireflies, is to get a sample of the fungus, so that can then be cultivated, and then others can be given that fungus, which would which would make them immune to the one that turns you into a zombie. But to do that, it needs to be extracted by, say, the doctors, so that Ellie then has to go with Abby and Lev, perhaps, across country again, surviving, with obviously having to work together, but obviously not struggling with that initially. I just think that would be an interesting thing, is Abby and Ellie having to work together, Ellie having to get over herself a bit to do that, and Ellie having to try and make it alive all the way, with Abby trying to now have to protect Ellie as well, all the way to a doctor, so that she can, and they could still, if they wanted to, throw a curveball in there, as Naughty Dog do sometimes, they could still do it that Ellie ends up dead at the end. That she gets there, but she's been shot or whatever, and she's going to die, but they managed to get the fungus, they managed to save humanity. Because all these zombie things, they never seem to end with humanity saved. They seem to just go on and on and on. I'm going to brave it. They seem to go on and on and on. Oh, no, don't do that. But they don't ever seem to kind of get to the point where they... I'll shut my door. Save humanity, have a cure or whatever. So it'd be good if something actually did have that as an ending, and I think it'd be good if Naughty Dog just did it as a trilogy and left it at that. Yeah, they could tell other stories, for example, in the Last of Us universe, at different time periods or something, because there's plenty of, it's a zombie apocalypse that's gone on for a couple of decades. So they could do. I don't need your fur. So they could do something, other stories, but I wouldn't want them to drag it out because they see it. That was a bit of a big jump, as a big money spinner. I'd want them to leave it at like a trilogy that ends Ellie's story with something satisfying for everyone. Sorry. So it ends satisfying for everyone and ends a whole trilogy so that you think, yep, I feel like I know what happened to Ellie and her story and to the people that you know from the franchise. Whether it's that people have died or whatever. You weren't there when I just traipsed all the way over there. And back safely in here. And I have a bed. I'll sleep in that in just a moment. I just want to cook some food. It did affect the whole world, the zombie apocalypse. For example, if you play Last of Us Part 3, I think it is. No, not Last of Us Part 3, what am I talking about? Uncharted 3. I think it's that one, which I will obviously play at some point. I think in the bar fight near the beginning, there's a newspaper that talks about people acting strange and essentially talks about the beginning of the Last of Us pandemic in that in the newspaper in that game. And then in the fourth game there's a ship underwater, a wreck underwater, and if you dive down to that wreck there's allegedly although I think it's a bit tenuous, but allegedly a dead clicker down under the water, sort of near this island. But yeah, so the idea is that Uncharted happens in the same world, essentially. But yeah, so obviously the reason I mentioned the bar fight is because that happens in London. So it kind of shows that things are starting to spread to London, according to those games. What I've always wondered is what happens to the people who are on the International Space Station at the time of the outbreak. That's what I've always been kind of curious about. Now I've cooked myself a load of meat. Oh yes, you can do things like plant trees and stuff on this game. Save them, move them back there. grab my cooked pork chops. There. Yeah, because you obviously need to eat in this game, because you're there's little kind of chicken drumstick things. That's your when they run out, your life starts going down because you're hungry, and obviously the hearts are your life. I can only sleep at night, so now I have to actually wait for night time. Could do with decorating. I don't know. Part two, they both have different things. Part one is a better game in terms of, well, I don't know. I think my first ever playthrough of part one, where I didn't know what was going to happen or anything like that, part one was probably the better game in terms of the story, because you didn't expect, for example, them to kill off a child before the beginning credits roll, and then to jump into the game 20 years later. And then because they've killed off a child at the very beginning, it kind of sets up that they could literally kill off anyone. And so I think that made it more impactful the first time I played the first game. But the controls for the fighting and the shooting and everything like that were horrible in the first game. And I didn't like some of the puzzly bits and some of the, like, gotta find a plank thingy, a thing to get Ellie across the water over and over again. So some of that got a bit tedious, but the actual story, first going through it, I think I really like that. Whereas 2, gameplay is vastly superior. The storyline I largely liked, but I felt that it should have, I don't know, I just felt that it could have been slightly shorter. I like a long game. I like a game that keeps me going. Yeah, because it's a bit like if you like a TV program, you kind of want it to keep going on and on and on and not end. But I think at near the end, you start getting frustrated because you kind of see Abby and Ellie's perspectives, and so you don't want either one to really be doing what they're doing. You don't want them to be fighting each other, and you don't want to be Abby fighting Ellie, and then you don't want to be Ellie fighting Abby. And so you kind of reach a point where I think... So one of my favourite bits for combat is actually when you're Ellie at the very end, before the end fight bit, but you know, where you're going after the all the bad guys trying to get to Abby, and you've finally got a really cool gun, with the silencer on and everything. I think that's one of my favourite combat kind of bits. Whereas I don't like the beginning, where you're roaming around trying to get through all the gates, and you have to go and get the gas from one place, and you have to get the container from another place, and so I think it's difficult. I think gameplay-wise, 2 is far superior in terms of controls and how you're playing. I think 1. When I rated them, I gave 1 5-star out of 5, because it was like, oh my god, that was such an incredible game. I didn't expect this beginning, and you know, it was sad having you know, the 2 brothers and one turning into a zombie, and then the other one shooting himself and committing suicide, and you know, losing Tess, and all the stuff that happens in that first game, and then, you know, desperately thinking there's no way that you can let Ellie die, and also thinking that Joel might die, and just having that moment of wondering, is Joel going to die now, you know, when you start playing as Ellie. So all those sort of things made me give the first game, despite having really bad controls and really bad sort of shooting and stuff like that, made me give it 5-star, just because of the story and how emotional it was. The second game, I think I gave 3-star, although I've warmed to it since, because I felt that it dragged on too long at certain points that just irritated me. Like, I liked the idea of this really nice open world, but at the same time I just got lost in it and thought, oh, I've got to traipse all the way to get that canister, and then I've got to traipse all the way back, not with a cutscene or something. I've got to actually traipse back across the map, find my way back to the gate to use this stuff that I've got. And so that beginning bit there, I found really tedious. The second time round, it wasn't so bad because I knew exactly what I had to do and where I had to go. But when I didn't know what I had to do and where I had to go, I can sleep now, that made it feel so much longer. So it probably wasn't any longer. There, I've saved it now. So it probably wasn't any longer, but it made it feel so much longer when you're thinking, I don't know where to go, I've got to go and find this building, I've got to get into the building, I've got to find the gas, I've got to then find the container for it. So all of that just really made me, the first playthrough, feel like, oh, this is so tedious. And I preferred Abby's story in terms of the gameplay and everything, generally, I think. So yeah, so I think after I'd played it, I started reflecting back. The graphics were a huge improvement. The controls were a huge improvement in the second one. There was a lot of very emotional bits with Joel's flashbacks and everything that I really liked. And I personally think that they should be played, and if they do a third one, that probably as well, should almost be played together. It's a bit like Uncharted, that I like Uncharted 4, which obviously I'll get to, but I feel that you have to have played 1, 2 and 3 because of all the bits in 4 that link back to 1, 2 and 3. And because of the characters being developed through the games. The first game is terrible in terms of gameplay, but I think you get to know the characters grow, and I think that's the same with Last of Us 1 and 2, that you kind of just need to play them both together and almost treat them as the same thing. So anyway, now I've been able to save, finally, I've been able to sleep in the bed. So I've been able to save it. I will stop now because it's just midnight. But yeah, so the graphics were definitely huge improvement. But I think I preferred playing as Abby generally in her story. I think, unfortunately, just the way they did the game, it kind of felt like Ellie lost her way far too much at points. Like you stopped, or I stopped rooting for Ellie, even though you sort of still like Ellie as a character and you still think, oh, please make the right decision. I think you just end up, or I ended up rooting a lot more for Abby than I did for Ellie. Because I could kind of see that Ellie was still in the stage of just wanting the revenge, and it wasn't going to achieve anything. But yes, anyway, I will stop here. Actually, can I save at all? Save and quit as well. And I can always pick that up and try and... What I want to do now with this tiny little house that I've built is build down to the water's edge. So I'll probably build a spiral staircase down and then build a tunnel and then build a room at the water's edge underwater so that I can put a glass wall, and then the glass wall can look out into the lake below. That's kind of my plan in my head. Maybe having the glass above water as well, so that you've got that kind of, you can see above the water and under the water maybe. That's what's in my head at the moment. So anyway, thank you for joining me here. I will hopefully see you all next week. I'm sure Abby will probably do a stream before me as well, and we'll announce that. So anyway, thank you again, and good night or good afternoon, depending on where you are.